Hi kids, I'm Tim Flannery, and I love to hit. The San Diego School of Baseball has opened an indoor batting range near the stadium, especially for you. We now offer private hitting and pitching lessons year-round. Call us for directions. The San Diego School of Baseball.
Boys and girls 8 to 22 attend the nation's #1 baseball school. For information, call 583-7372. That's the designated hitter. Padres don't play that game. Is that going to help or hurt San Diego?
Well, naturally, I'd rather play without the DH. This is the year that the DH is used. I've been in both leagues, and it's gone both ways. You make the best of it. We'll use one of our bench men. Today, it'll be Bavacqua. I'm not saying Bavacqua will be in there all the way because the sharp porch in right field in Briggs Stadium, or Tiger Stadium, rather, it very easily could be Champ Summers. But we're starting today with Bavacqua hitting ninth as our DH.
Dick, one of the things when you get into a big game like this is keeping your athletes sort of at a low level, not let him get out of control. Anything you're going to talk to him about, or just going to be business as usual?
It's going to be business as usual. We went through the rough period. That playoff with Chicago, down 2-0, coming in our park and winning the next 3. There's not going to be anything higher than that, and we kept pretty cool under the circumstances. This is going to be fun. We're going to try like the devil to win it. We're facing a ball club that's an outstanding ball club, had the best record this year in the major leagues, but they're not invincible, and we're going to give it our best shot, and let's see what happens.
Starting at home, does that help you?
I think it does. Our 10th man proved that that's a valuable commodity, and they talked about it in Chicago, and they sort of ruffle our feathers a little here, I believe, the fans, and they responded greatly, and we're just happy to have them, and I think it's going to continue. I'm glad we had the off day yesterday so they could soothe their voices.
All right, that was Dick Williams. Tell me something, the old Yankee second sacker, how does it feel to be back at a World Series?
I'll tell you, I waited 20 years for this. The last one was 1964. You people have waited 16 years, but I got 4 more years on you. I am so excited. I'm not being a participant. I can't think of anything that was more wonderful.
That's great.
Okay,
Thanks, Jim.
Dennis, Kathy, nice to see both of you.
Good luck.
Talk to you tomorrow again.
Hour to go before game time.
Just an hour. Thank you very much.
You're probably the #1 fan of the Padres. What am I saying probably? Of course, Mrs. Joan Kroc. And she's brought a little help with her, too, and we're going to find out about this. Joan, the day is here, the day we talked to after the playoff game Sunday.
And isn't it wonderful? And I feel very good about it, but just to ensure, this is like an insurance run, I brought Danny Thomas because he's our St. Jude helper. Only today, St. Jude is for the hopeless, and I'm bringing Danny today for the hopeful. But I love him.
I love you,
and he's
too.
a beautiful man and a
Thank
great
you.
Padre fan.
You were never going to say the Padres were hopeless, of course.
No. It was the impossibility of it. Since St. Jude is a patron of the hope. However, I keep telling her he doesn't go to racetracks, doesn't shoot craps, and doesn't bet on baseball.
Do you want to bet on the game? Oh, that's a no-no.
No. But, you know, the top...
Not even the Angels.
No, that's right. The top floor of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, the world's largest pediatrics research center in Memphis, Tennessee, is named Ray Kroc. That's the 7th floor of the intensive care. And
Ray gave that on his 70th birthday.
On his 70th birthday, he gave that floor through, oh, God, just a bundle of McDonald's stock. And we, with his permission, sold the stock when he told us to. He said, yes, you may sell it now. And it paid for the most sophisticated equipment in science, and it's all Ray Kroc. So
that has always been Ray Kroc, though, really, hasn't John? It really has. Well, here we are. I have to assume he's watching. You do, too.
I'm sure of it, and I think he's smiling up there. And whoever wins this series, there's no loser in this series because we're both winners. I had a nice chat with Tom this morning, the owner of the Tigers. The only problem I had with him, as Danny, he kept talking about the pizza place.
They get like that, don't
But
they?
that's okay. And I'll give a little plug for McDonald's, and we're all set.
I'll see you over in the owner's box Sunday for the victory celebration, all right? Okay. Thank you very much. Dennis and Cal.
5 years ago, Sparky Anderson talked of winning a pennant in 5 years, and it happened. But here in San Diego, they had a 5-year plan of their own. Not too many people knew about it. Those who did were skeptical, but nobody's laughing now. Sunday, October 7th, 1984. A date that will live forever in the memories of San Diego Padre fans. The Padres were National League champions. Not bad for a team that played in a town that is best known for a zoo. In fact, there were times early in the team's history when it was hard to tell which was which. Who could have foreseen that tigers would be the prime attraction in town today? The fans did come to the ballpark for lots of reasons, but rarely to see winning baseball. Until '84, they never finished higher than 4th. In 15 years, they finished a combined 417.5 games out. Their 1980 highlight film was 12 minutes long. Their late owner, Ray Kroc, went on the loudspeaker after a loss and announced to the crowd, "That was the worst exhibition of baseball I have ever seen." They did have some fine players: Randy Jones, Raleigh Fingers, Gaylord Perry, Dave Winfield, and Ozzie Smith, who made this remarkable play in 1978. But their best-known performer for years was a chicken.
Say, that's a good-looking watch you got there.
Oh, thanks, Jack.
Trade you a box of my best cigars for it.
No thanks.
Personally autographed baseball?
Jack?
Make it 2.
So enter Jack McKeon as vice president. Trader Jack. An 11-player deal that brought catcher Terry Kennedy. He got Greg Nettles and free agent Steve Garvey and Goose Gossage.
It was a 5-year plan, and hopefully that we could be in a position to contend by the year 1985.
It really was I mean, I've heard that line so often, I don't really believe it.
I can take you up my office and show you.
And shrewd drafting. The San Diego Clippers drafted Tony Gwynn out of San Diego State for the NBA. But Jack McKeon also drafted and signed him for the Padres. This year, he was the major's top hitter. If there's one moment that stands out from the Padres' regular season, ironically, it's the brawl in Atlanta. The players felt it brought them together. They had been in first place every day since June 9th, but now they would not be intimidated by anybody. They had finally emerged from the shadow of the zoo. After all, they have caged the Cubs, and now they have some definite plans for the Tigers as well.
At this time, we ask that you rise to honor America as Hollis Gentry and Bruce Cameron will play our national anthem.
There's nothing quite like it. That instantaneous split second of history immediately after the anthem. The roar of the crowd. The players are dispersed from center stage. The cannon fire and the balloons, and we are just 2 minutes or thereabouts away from the first pitch of Game 1 of the '84 World Series.